Hey, what up guys? How you doing? It's Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 20 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. Today's episode is powered by my sponsor, Elgato Gaming. Now, it's the start of 2020. Maybe a lot of you out there are thinking about becoming a content creator. If you are, and you need stuff to capture your gameplay, to light up the scene, and to remove the background, I highly recommend the products that I use from Elgato to create every single one of my videos. If you'd like to learn more, check down below in the description. And as we get into this video, if you'd do me a huge favor at the start, hit that thumbs up button. That would be brilliant. Let's go for 2,500 likes. If you guys can make that happen, you will make my day. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and click the little notification bell so that you never miss an upload. So to start this episode, we need to go back in time a little bit. Actually, just before yesterday's episode, I listed up my SEN at night time before I ended up doing my rewards on Thursday morning for you. So the first minute or so is just a couple of clips from before we did yesterday's video, and then we will catch ourselves up, overtake yesterday, and be in the future, and be, well, in the present, which is perfect, you know. So forgive me if it's a somewhat skewed timeline. That's what happens if I upload a rewards video on a Thursday. Things get a little bit muddled up. So I was able to complete, like, I've been doing the TOTY challenges as they've been coming out, you know, even sometimes they are untradeable rewards, which is not good in my opinion, but still another little chance for me to get a TOTY, and this one was using mostly bronzes and some other random players that I was never going to use from my club, so that was absolutely fine. I've kind of gone off the idea of flashback David Luiz, which will please a lot of you, and maybe it will displease some of you as well, because he's, to me, looks like a great card. Oh, we get Khedira in a pack. It's Emre Can. That was me making a joke when I said Emre Can and actually packed Khedira the other day, for those of you that watched and commented about that. Yes, I messed them up. I mixed them up, and that is embarrassing. I apologise. But yeah, SEN ended up selling 4595, as you will have seen in yesterday's episode. And at this point, we can. There were some other things in my club that I could sell, but it was, of course, time to start grinding away at these upgrade packs. It is the TOTY grind, and EA have given us the tools to really work at this. And if you want to grind, there's a really nice like cycle that you can do. So it involves a few different SBCs, and luckily we've also got a couple of more expensive SBCs that are out there at the moment that you can put any unwanted duplicate high rated players or unwanted high rated players into to reduce the cost of said SBCs. So that was a summary of all the stuff that had sold. Things that were in my club, which I didn't want to just shove into SBCs because they had a little bit more value than that. I listed them up on the market. And as you can see, we're actually up to 718k. So pretty good. As well as having 18 packs. The club itself, a little bit, that's not very full. It's a little bit empty. Even after rewards, like I put together as many packs as I possibly could, but I also have decided to sell ter Stegen simply because his price looked all right, about 60k, and I don't think I'm necessarily gonna, like, I've got an idea for the future, so bear with me. You'll probably see in tomorrow's episode what the idea is. But yeah, it doesn't actually involve ter Stegen, who is one of, if not the best goalkeeper in the game. So I don't know. We'll see. But that brings us up to 800,000 coins. I then discarded a couple of, like, or one inform and a few rubbish players that were just left in my club to get up to 816,000. And that's pretty much the top level of coins that I've had for a while. Marquee matchups came out on Thursday night, as they always do. And it wasn't just regular marquee matchups, it was Game of the Year marquee matchups, which I guess is sort of somewhat linked to Team of the Year promo. They were doing a slightly more special marquee matchups. However, it just seemed to cost a few more of the, like, you have to use this certain player from this team, and the packs weren't that great as rewards. A Prime Goal Players pack, I guess that's probably one of the better packs we have from overall marquee matchups rewards, but we're still getting things like a silver pack. If you were going to make it a special marquee matchups, you'd give us a special set of packs, wouldn't you? I don't know, but hey, we're not going to complain, because there's a 15k, a 25k, and then the 45k pack as well, so there's at least a chance of us maybe getting something. And at this point, obviously, because it was after 6 p.m. on Thursday night, last night, all the Team of the Years are in packs. And they are in packs for 4 or 5 days. I don't know if that means it finishes at Monday at 6 p.m. or Tuesday at 6 p.m. I can't work it out. I haven't really sat down and thought about it yet. But if you know, maybe you could just let everyone know in the comment section. That would be brilliant. And as you can see, things weren't looking that amazing from my marquee matchups packs. However, what they were was tradable packs, so if we could make some money somewhere if we ended up packing something, but it wasn't really the case at the time. We weren't really getting much. So we get some sort of Electrum pack here, and again, as you can see, no board, no walkout, nothing to write home about, and no blue especially. We get a Kolasinac. I mean, 79 rated as the highest overall in that pack. I mean, you don't hope for a Kolasinac in a pack, do you? So we move on to what is the best player, the best pack from the marquee matchups, and we end up getting blue flares, but we can obviously tell that that's not a Team of the Year because, well, the flares are a slightly different shade of blue. I know that it's still very tricky to tell, but more importantly, it was a fast-moving pack. It wasn't even a board or a walkout. So how could it be a Team of the Year? But we do get a blue Silicon and a blue Tolisso in there, as well as a whole bunch of other players. And at this point, we are then left with 20 packs that I'd built. 10 of which were just the PL 3 gold players packs, and 10 of which were the premium player packs from the Premier League. And the reason I've done this, so a lot of you were saying to me, you shouldn't build the 3 player packs from the Prem, you should build the just regular gold upgrade packs. That is definitely a shout, and that's for those of you out there that just want to get rare players that you can shove back into the premium upgrade SBC. However, if you do the Premier League one, where you get 1 rare and 2 non-rares, you have, obviously, it cuts that player base down to literally just Prem. And when there's 5 or 6 Premier League Team of the Year players, it's like probably one of your better chances. Like, you probably got more of a chance of packing a TOTY out of a Premier League 3 player pack than you have out of a 2 gold player pack. I would imagine. I'm not sure. I don't know the numbers. So that was one reason why I did it. And 2, the actual premium SBC requires 45 chemistry. And if you're just getting 2 rare gold players from literally random leagues, it's going to end up starting to be a bit difficult to put 11 of them into a squad and actually get that 45 chem. Because I've done this before, and it does get a little bit tricky. So at least you're always getting Prem players, and you pretty much always never ever have a problem with the overall chemistry requirements. So the grind itself, pretty simple. A lot of you will already know and understand the grind. Like, we just did it right there. So what we got was a duplicate Matic, a duplicate rare Prem player. And instead of just discarding it, you can back out of that pack and start putting all of the rares that you've accumulated after opening just a few of the packs to try and build 1 more of the good ones. And you make sure you use that Matic, because when you then submit the SBC, you go into the menus and you can claim your other Matic back, right? That's the idea, so that you're not wasting anything. And then with the non-rare duplicates that you get, you can build another 3-player pack with them. So that's if you want to like really be like super save as much as you possibly can, do it the best possible way that you can. And I did it for the rares most of the time. We get a little Socrates here, so not a bad start. You know, this isn't a great pack. This is just one of the 3-player packs. We end up getting a board player from it, so I'll take that. But I wasn't being like, if I got 1 or 2 non-rare duplicates, sometimes I would end up building another pack. Sometimes I would just discard them, and that is mainly because I'm lazy. And yeah, like, it's annoying. But when you end up getting a duplicate like this. Like, this is a board player duplicate. So I know I didn't have enough high-rated stuff in my club at the time to move on to sticking someone like that into a higher-rated SBC, like the David Luiz or the Bernardo Silva or an Icon SBC, whatever you choose to do. So I ended up just building another one of the rare premium player packs, but just shoving Pickford into that because, hey, why not? We end up getting ourselves a little walkout from the next one, and we end up getting Tottenham goalkeeper Hugo Lloris. So an 88 rated overall, just from an upgrade pack. I don't necessarily need him. I don't need a Premier League goalkeeper. That's not the route I'm going down going forwards. So he can be high rated fodder for an SBC. He's effectively an 88 rated that I can put into a squad building challenge and not even think about the cost of it. It doesn't cost me 30k like it does on the market. It has cost me just a few players from my club in an upgrade SBC. So that's perfect. So what you want to do is, if you're not packing blues, which is the idea of this, is to obviously give you the best possible chance honing in on trying to pack yourself a team of the year this week. But if you're not getting them, if you're unfortunate enough to not pack a TOTY, what you can do is just obviously keep repeating this grind as much as you can, and you'll get to a point where you don't have enough to complete an SBC. It's then up to you as to whether or not you stop, or as to whether or not you go out onto the market and start buying rare gold players or non-rare gold players, whatever it is. So yeah, that's totally an option. And I mentioned that to you guys, that with the amount of coins we've got at the moment, we could build an ungodly amount of these league packs, and by building a whole bunch of them, every single time you open a premium one, you get 3 rares and then 9 non-rares. So you could do another 3-player pack or whatever every 2 packs and have change, or you'd have to go out and buy 2 non-rares to get a 3-player pack every single time. So the grind itself is it just works. It recycles. So it's actually quite good, and I'm really glad that EA brought these ones out as opposed to some of the other upgrade SBCs we've had along the way, because this is exactly what we want. We want the ability to recycle the packs. Is exactly what we want. So you can see that I've been getting some stuff along the way. Another little board player from the Prem here. This time it's going to be French. It's going to be striker. I thought, could that be Lacazette? I think it could have been, because I think he's only an 85. He might be an 86. I'm not sure. But yeah, it ends up being Hala, so I didn't even have to worry about that. And there was a Willian in the pack as well. We end up getting ourselves a walkout Team of the Week player. So English left wing is going to be Jack Grealish. So that's an 84 rated inform, and that could be useful because you know that most of the SBCs that come out, like David Luiz, like Bernardo Silva, they ask you for an inform player within the requirements of that SBC. So that's good. And then, well, the next pack we end up getting ourselves boards again. All right, it's not blue, it's not a walkout, but we'll take ourselves an Otamendi. You know, the Bernardo Silva SBC asks for a high-rated squad with a Man City player, so boom, we can, you know, happily use that, can't we? And have make that a little bit cheaper for itself. No boards or walkout from the next one though. They're not always great, they're not always good, and of course, sometimes I've actually seen loads of you tweeting me, tagging me on Instagram and all sorts, that you've been packing Team of the Years, and that's nuts. So right here we get a walkout Prem Team of the Week again, and it again is Jack Grealish. So this is a problem, right? I've now got a duplicate untradeable Jack Grealish that I need to use in an SBC. By the way, when this pack opens, boom, Aubameyang. That's a result for us today. We get ourselves Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. That's a brilliant, high-rated, untradeable first owner player from the Prem. That's great. We'll take that, and that was brilliant. You know, even though we got an untradeable duplicate Jack Grealish, we actually got Aubameyang from that, so I'll keep him in the club. But look what I'm doing here. I've got all of these players, which never cost me anything. And yeah, goodbye Timu Pukki, by the way. We are going to submit into Bernardo Silva. So I could have either gone down the route of getting David Luiz, could have gone down the route of getting Bernardo Silva, or I could have gone down the route of getting myself an icon, a base icon SBC. And I've decided to go down the Bernardo Silva because it's simply, I believe, the cheapest out of the 3 SBCs. And we've got more of a chance of actually completing that one. So basically, I've got 1 out of the 3 squads done now. And we got a pack for that. Unfortunately, the pack wasn't that great in returns, but it's more players for the club. I will continue the grind. And then as the grind goes on, we'll accumulate more of those high-rated Prem players, which might be able to just about build me another 85-rated Prem team with the requirements. And from that, we'll have 2 out of the 3 squads done. And I'll just be left with another set of grinding to do to get the final squad done, which is an 87 overall. Maybe I won't get to that, but I'll certainly be able to shave some coins off it and make what is a 320k SBC reduced down to... Maybe it will cost me 100 in total to get that Bernardo Silva, just from recycling these packs. So that's basically the idea. And we are yeah, we've done a fair bit of it in this video. I might do some off camera because obviously we've now got the weekend league coming up, of which I guess I will play to 14, of course. So we'll see how far we get and stuff with that. But obviously I do want to spend some more time. It depends how many coins I've got. You know, if I decide to go out and spend my coins on a player, bring a new player into the squad, we might be like broke and we might not have anything to do many of these upgrades with. So I might be working on a super tight budget. We shall see. But as you can see here, we would have been in trouble again because we packed ourselves another João Moutinho. Luckily, we just put him and a bunch of other higher rated players that we've got today into the Bernardo Silva SBC. So we've now stocked up again on another 84 rated player. That's another one that can go into the bank, and we'll keep doing that along the way. It might get a little bit slow and it might get a little bit boring when you do this yourself, but just be aware that you've got a few days left of Team of the Year. This has got to be the best possible way of not shoving any money into the game and still possibly actually getting yourself a blue player. It brings that player base down so much, and there's so many Team of the Year players in the Prem that there's just that chance that you might get one. So that's pretty much going to wrap up the video for today, guys. We're one third of the way through the Bernardo Silva SBC. Not that I particularly want to use him or anything. He does look insanely good, though. I think he looks brilliant, by the way. But he's going to be a good first owner Prem player, I guess. I know that he also fits in the same spot where we've got a red Mahrez. But there's no way I would have been able to grind out that David Luiz SBC in the same way. I didn't think about an icon until afterwards. And the potential to just get like an icon that is worth 100k rather than maybe getting an actual player like Bernardo Silva, who I know is going to be good. It was an easy choice for me in the end. So that's going to wrap up today's video. In the next episode, I'll let you know what we're doing with the goalkeeper situation, with the coin balance situation, what we're going to do with all of that. So stay tuned and get excited for tomorrow's episode. Hit me with a thumbs up button. That'd be amazing. Subscribe if you're new. Come and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The links are down below, as is the link to my Elgato profile page, like I mentioned at the start of the episode. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you tomorrow with another episode of The Road to Glory. Peace.